Welcome to part 3 of our Nursing 472 Leadership Development Portfolio by Candace and Bailey. In this video, we will review our area for improvement as recognized in each of our previous sections. We will also share with you a framework that we developed in hopes to establish how we plan to improve upon our objectives and how we plan to evaluate the same.
From our leadership development portfolios, Bailey and I both identified a mutual area for improvement to help us move forward in our leadership followership growth during our preceptorship and graduate nurse roles. The identified area for growth is to improve our ability to effectively enable others to act. Kouzes and Posner recognizes that it takes partners to make extraordinary things to happen in organizations. They also state that no leader ever got anything extraordinary done by working solo, and true leadership is a team effort. With this in mind, we believe improving our ability to enable others to act will increase productivity, relationships between members, and ultimately the collaborative effort of the team.
Our plan is as follows. The first objective we have identified to achieve our goal is that by the end of our preceptorship, we will improve upon sharing our power when in a leadership role at least once by participating in the following actions.
Our first action strategy to achieve this objective is to identify and recognize our powers or superpowers that we have to share. This is supported by Kouzes and Posner as they recognize that by promoting the development of personal power and ownership, and by giving your power away, you make others stronger and more capable. To evaluate this, we will ask for feedback when in a leadership role and assess whether or not our followers viewed us as power sharers. This is supported by Kouzes and Posner when they state, without feedback, there's no learning. Getting feedback about how you are doing is the only way to know whether or not you're getting close to your goal and whether or not you're executing properly.
Our second action strategy for this objective is to delegate tasks effectively. Grossman and Valiga recognize a benefit from empowerment is stronger task commitment from followers. We will evaluate this strategy by observing and following up on tasks that have been delegated and assessing whether they have been completed thoroughly and on time. This is supported by Grossman and Valiga when they share the benefits of leaders delegating tasks and suggest that leaders would be wise to engage followers so that they are empowered, and followers would be wise to function effectively so that they feel and act in a powerful way.
Our second objective we have identified to achieve our goal is by the end of our preceptorship, we will improve upon building trust in our followers at least twice by participating in the following actions.
Our first action strategy is to earn trust by reaffirming values and making sure the entire team is all on the same page. This is an essential leadership ability, and Kouzes and Posner confirm that leaders ensure that everyone is aligned through the process of affirming shared values, holding one another accountable to what we value. Once people are clear about the leader's values, about their own values, and about shared values, they know what is expected of them and how they can count on others. To evaluate our accomplishments in this action, we will use self-reflection to assess if the reaffirmed collaborative goals were attained. This evaluative strategy is supported by Grossman and Valiga when they acknowledge that by thinking deeply and honestly about your vision, your character, your passion, your ability and willingness to share power, the way you communicate, your persistence, the extent to which you embrace and celebrate differences, and other qualities of effective transformational leaders, you can identify the strengths you wish to enhance, the limitations you wish to improve as a leader.
The second action strategy that we have placed in our development plan to improve our followers' trust and ultimately enable others to act is to be authentic and genuine in our actions, understand who our team is, and establish caring relationships. Kouzes and Posner understand the reasoning to support this is that the concern you show for others is one of the clearest and most unambiguous signals of your trust. When others know you will put their interests ahead of your own, they won't hesitate to trust you. Asking for feedback when in a leadership role will enable us to evaluate and assess whether trust has been fostered in our relationships with team members. Kouzes and Posner show in their book that there's solid evidence that the best leaders are very aware of what's going on inside them as they are leading and are attuned to what's going on with others. The best leaders are very self-aware and they're very socially aware. Leaders realize that although they may not always like the feedback they get, it is the only way they can really know how they are doing as a leader.